let me find out about that little basketball league. One day I'm gonna have to goddamn
Hey,
come
I
to the
dropped
state.
20. I dropped 27 the other day. That's all I'm saying.
I know
The
that's right.
27 with zero assists.
Don't let me say what I really want to say. Who you was
I'm
playing
so
against?
crazy.
Albert Einstein and them.
Yeah. I don't know how you do. I don't know how you do it. Them the games you got to get your stats off. You got to get your stats them games.
He say, "Hey, I did it though." Y'all, look who done finally tapped in with me.
Oh
After like
man,
18 different attempts, we finally made it happen.
literally, finally. It's been a while, but hey, we were gonna make it happen eventually.
Exactly. This is like a representation of how we are in real life. It like literally took 18 attempts, but we here.
Made it
So
work.
yes. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Top of the morning, had to get it started early, before the birds get to chirping.
Exactly. How you feeling? Where you at right now?
I'm doing good. I'm in Baltimore right now, actually, so I'm in my
Okay.
room, doing recording.
I see you got the views in the background. You know.
Yeah, yeah, I got the Ravens field behind me. It's over there, but got the Ravens field and the Orioles field, so little cool little
Oh,
view,
you
cool
bougie
little
or
view.
whatever.
That's it, that's it.
Okay, so I don't know. This is somebody I'm obviously really, really comfortable with, y'all. This is KB. Let's give him a round of applause. You know, if I had
Appreciate
a
it,
sound
appreciate
effect,
it, appreciate
I
it.
would
I
have played
heard.
it. Exactly, exactly. Um, but let's talk. I mean, the people want to know what you're doing and where
Hmm.
you are now. So I feel
Hmm.
like it's gonna be important for us to like tap into that. But before
Hmm.
we do that,
What's up,
I need you to tell me how you feel about our boy Shador going in the fifth round. And what do you feel like the agenda was for that? Because I personally,
man?
I ain't feeling
It's a good icebreaker. I gotta give you that. But I would say, I feel like I feel like they ain't have to do my boy like that. I feel like talent wise, I feel like he was right there with Cam Ward, like, second pick to be honest. Like I feel like yeah, he probably could have said some things maybe different, but as him, like you got to take him for who he is. So that's what come with it, and that's just him being confident. He's Deion's son. That's you think his dad that wouldn't instill the same thing in him. That
it.
wouldn't
Exactly.
wouldn't make sense if he did otherwise. So yeah, I think it was crazy for sure. But yeah, I don't think he should have been drafted that late at all.
Do you feel like do you feel like a confident black man was a problem for them? Or like a just a black man who knows who he is, he knows that he's good, he
Mhm.
doesn't come from poverty. Do you feel like that was an issue for them?
I would say it's got some truth to it for sure because I feel like he's just wearing who he is on his sleeve all the time, kind of like a Cam. I don't want to say like a Cam Newton was, but like he's just who he is. So you gotta take him for what he is, and he's gonna back it up with his play. But yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of those people who was taken in front of him, it probably could have been the other way around. But yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
I
it's
feel
just
that.
it's what you do with it though when you get there though. So that's what it's all
Exactly. I
about.
feel like now is really gonna be his time to shine. Like the ball is in your
Definitely,
court. You got millions of doubters. Even though a lot of people were in support of him, they feel like he should have went way earlier. But
definitely.
it's still a lot of people who feel like it serves him right. Like God forbid you be a black man and confident. God forbid. But
Hey, hey,
you know,
got to be confident though. You got to be confident. That's. I mean, if you thinking otherwise, you thinking negative. The negative gonna happen. You feel me? So you think positive. Hey, you got a better shot at least. That's how I see it.
exactly. Okay. So where are you working currently? You don't have to give us the tiny details. We don't need nobody pulling
Okay,
up at your
okay.
job,
Let me see.
what are you doing now?
Okay, so I'm trying to think of how I can say it without saying too much. But so I'm a missile engineer. I just say that. So pretty much I work on, of course, for a missile, you have to assemble a bunch of parts together to make that, and everything have to work together, to do the function of the missile. So yeah,
Yeah.
I fly all over the country, and go to different people and do different things. But yeah, to sum it up, I'm a missile engineer, so yeah, anything
Okay.
military, war related kind of things of that sort. Yeah.
Oh, so is this, are you happy doing it? And is this what you thought you would be doing when you were majoring in engineering at Tuskegee?
Oh, so yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm happy doing it. Like I have been learning on the go. Like I didn't know necessarily, growing up, I didn't say, yeah, I'm gonna be a missile engineer. Like I wanted to really, go to the league to play professional baseball, but it didn't work out. That's why I had a backup plan, which is I was going to school for mechanical engineering. So pretty much, baseball didn't work out, so I had to take the other route, and the other route ended up working out for me. God, man. So it's definitely a blessing.
Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. All right.
Hmm.
So you
Hmm.
were a full-time college athlete while also being an engineering major. And at different times throughout your college career, you were also working. So
Yep. Yep.
let's talk about the balance of all three of those things or all two of
Hmm.
those things. You got your sport and your workouts and being in Foster Hall till 3 and 4 a.m. Talk
Yeah.
about that balance and how you were able to manage that.
So I would say for the balance, whew, I'm just thinking back on it now. Like it was a lot of long nights. Like it was a lot of, I would have
A
said,
lot
but
of them.
energy drinks. Like, but I just had to do what I had to do. Like pulled a lot of all-nighters for sure. Like just staying up in the building all night. We would go to practice, kind of give you a little high level run through of it. Like we would go to class in the morning, probably have practice before that, like 5 a.m., something like that, weight room or something like that. Go to class all through the day, probably it's about 4 o'clock. Then you go back to practice again on the field, probably go to work, probably from 6 to 9 or something like that. Then when you get home 9 o'clock, go home, take a shower. We go into the engineering building to stay there all night. So we would stay in
Yeah.
there to 5, 6 o'clock the next morning and pretty much come back till it was time to go to practice again, do it again. So, of course that wasn't every day, but pretty much we made it a lifestyle. So it was just, you just
Okay.
had to lock in and just remember your end goal, what you wanted to do and what you was there for and who you was doing it for too. So,
That part. So, like, as a young college athlete at that time, do you feel
mhm.
like the distractions of everything else made it hard for you to focus on your engineering, or you easily tuned out the extra noise?
No, I would say I tuned out the extra noise. Like, of course, had our fun here and there, going, just doing whatever, college things. But I would say pretty much just tuned it out because, like I said, you had to remember your end goal, your purpose, what you set out for, your goals, and then, you're on scholarship, you can't really play around like that. Like, these people paying for you to
Definitely.
go to school, so it's free education. So, you got to definitely show that gratitude by going out there and doing what you're supposed to do. So. I would say that's how I look at it.
Okay, so then tell young men,
Hmm.
because I couldn't wait to get to this. Tell like younger guys
Hmm.
who are currently in college how important it is to have an actual backup plan or a career plan, because listen, you just said yourself you had dreams of playing baseball on the professional level, but it didn't work out. I
Hmm.
want you to be realistic when you telling us right now
Hmm.
how important it is to have something else just in case.
Definitely. So yeah, you definitely gotta have something else just in case. Like you can go to the league. Like I know people who, in the league right now, MLB, NFL, like etc. But like it's still a small percentage of it. But it's still possible. So like how I always looked at it, like still focus on your plan A, which is, whatever you're trying to do. But you gotta have that plan 1B or 1A too. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that backup plan to where you go just as hard as you do in sports. You got to I kind of like to see, we like talk about COVID days. So like with COVID, where you say you got to strive to be the best at everything you do. So pretty much, you got to kind of put the academics, like you got to go as hard pretty much with the academics and as you do with the
Yeah.
sports and pretty much, why not go pan out for you? That's how I see it. You just lock in, do what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do.
So how realistic is it playing baseball
Hmm.
at an HBCU and then playing professionally? And you can even go as far as telling us like what maybe the HBCUs are on different levels. You can go as far as telling us that, but how realistic is it?
I would say if you good, they gonna find you. But
Hmm.
yeah, you definitely gotta make it stand out to where you gotta go put up numbers. That's just like anywhere though. You gotta play above your competition and play. above whoever standing in front of you pretty much. So yeah, it's definitely it's positive from HBCU though. And then lately it's been getting a lot of visibility too. Then like Coach Hollins and on the minority baseball prospects, they've been doing a lot of big things. So yeah, shout out to them. They
Shout out to Coach
who else?
Hollins.
Yeah, so they've been doing a lot of big things for the HBCUs and like just getting more publicity and like spend a lot of I've been seeing a lot of players going in the first couple rounds and just getting drafted more and everything. So hopefully, we can keep more kids coming to the game and keep it going.
For sure. So you mentioned Coach Hollins. He was the head baseball coach at Tuskegee while we were there and also before we were there. And he made
Mhm.
a lot of changes to the program and pretty much made the program bigger and better than what it ever was. So like we owe him everything at TU as far as I'm concerned. Like I was there when they was laying the dirt down for the new baseball field. So um
Been a
but
long,
yeah, what
long
was it
journey.
like?
Hmm.
What was it like playing under Coach Hollins?
But Coach Hollins was a great guy. Coach Hollins was a guy who's like he's gonna really like kind of help you, your personal life. He gonna help you, if you want to talk anytime. Coach Holland gonna pick up. He gonna answer the phone for you, kind of things like that. Like he really cares about his players. So it was definitely good playing up under him. You know, pretty much if I came to Coach Holland, hey, I need some help with some math or something like that. Coach Holland gonna find somebody who gonna help get that done. Like teach you whatever you need to know. Like if you having just some personal issues, whatever it is, like Coach Holland's gonna make sure, that you get what you need. So that definitely make you, want to play for a guy like that. Make you want to run through a wall for him. So yeah, definitely,
So it's safe to say that coaching, the coach that you have, it matters and it plays a big role
definitely,
in how you
definitely.
feel about your sport.
I would say, yeah, definitely coaching matters, but you should also like if you're playing, you got to also make sure, if you're trying to go professional, whatever it is, pretty much you got to make sure that's what you really want to do too, because you got to live it. Like it ain't no like when you trying to go to that level. So. Well,
It's a
you of
lifestyle.
course you're supposed to like it, but yeah, that's what comes with loving it. So yeah, it's a lifestyle.
Okay. It's a lifestyle for sure. What made you fall in love with the sport as a
What
whole?
made me fall in love with it was honestly like when I first started playing when I was younger. Like honestly, nobody else in my family played, so like I was the first to play. Like, and I just started playing probably t-ball, kindergarten, around that age.
Hmm.
So pretty much I remember I was bad my first year. Like I was awful. Like my first 2 years. And so I remember, it just, me, I'm a competitive guy. So like, I always been competitive. I think that's kind of when it came out of me, I guess, like when I started,
Yeah.
coming into myself pretty much. But pretty much I saw like the guys that was on my team, they went to the All-Star game. And I'm like, man, I want to go to the All-Star game too. So
Right.
pretty much like, and I'm
It
like,
turns you to an
yeah,
animal.
it turned, it turned me into, before I knew it, I told my mama to buy me a little soft toss thing. We put it in the backyard before I knew it. Cause I went from not hitting the ball, I went to busting out windows in the backyard. And yeah, it's been the story. Yeah, that's never out there.
Okay. So, um, this I feel like is important when it comes in terms of like the mindset that you have to have. What type of mindset do you feel like you have to be good
Hmm.
versus great at whatever you do? I
So,
would say at your sport, but like this goes deeper than just your sport. This is your career too. So what type of
mhm.
mindset do you feel like you have to have?
Oh, I feel like really everything. I ain't gonna say everything revolves around mindset, but like when you talk about this, yes, mindset is everything. Like career wise, sports wise, school, whatever you're trying to do. I don't care if you want to be the best whatever. Like if you want to be jump the highest in the class, bro, whatever it is, like just mindset is everything. Like if you think you can do it, you can do it. Like and it's
Right.
you're not gonna know until you try either. So you can't be scared, you gotta take a step out on faith and like with whatever it is that you're trying to do. So yeah, definitely like mindset to be good. Yeah, you gonna go to practice, do what you're supposed to do, or like yeah, go to class or just do the bare minimum, like what you're supposed to do, what's expected of you. A great mindset though, somebody with a great mindset, they gonna take it that extra mile. They gonna go to practice before practice, or they gonna take the extra mile to stay up and study. Well, no, I'm not gonna say to stay up and study. Don't procrastinate. I had to procrastinate because sports and work and everything, like, but don't
Exactly.
procrastinate. So pretty much try, but do it, prepare pretty much, do things in advance, prepare weeks before. If you have to stay up late, do that, like, but pretty much those are the things that's gonna make you great, like going that extra mile, doing the things nobody else is gonna do. Like pretty much striving, like I said, being the best at everything, not just one thing, multi-dimensional. So yeah.
So define cockiness versus confidence. Like in your
Mhm.
opinion, what's the difference between the two? What's the fine line and when is it okay?
Okay, so I say confidence is more so like I would say confidence gives me like a humble type of feeling. Like, okay, yeah, you know your abilities, you know, just like me, you know we confident, you know, but we not gonna go around boasting about it or it's ways to go about things, you know, and it's still like you still can, you know, brag. I'm not gonna say brag, but like your lifestyle is your lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, pretty much it's just a matter of you being I don't want to say humble with it, but you know, just going about things the right way more so. Cocky is when you just more so, okay, hey, I'm that dude, like, and yeah, you know you that dude, but like, hey, you gotta go around just you walk around the mall, hey, I'm that dude. Like you can't be all that. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, that's I guess my definition of how I look at 'em.
So like cockiness is like you gonna constantly let everybody know that you that good and who you are. And confidence is more so like you could pop it if you want to, but you really don't. The
Yeah,
hearts, that's how you feel. You sit in hearts.
I did it. How I do
Yeah,
that?
you did. I don't know how you did that.
My hands is up here, but I take.
I think you threw one of these and it gave us a little heart screen. But
Yeah,
that's
okay,
cool
okay.
too. That's cool too. What do you feel like your purpose was at Skiggy, and do you feel like you fulfilled that purpose? So
Okay, so
yeah, talk about purpose.
I feel like my purpose was to show like my family, you know, my little cousins, the people that was around me, like people from Montgomery, you know, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. So pretty much just showing everybody, you know, from Montgomery and just that you could do it pretty much, that you know that you could do something different than what we seen, you know, growing up and you know that you can go make something for yourself and kind of go, you know, if you set out a goal, you go attain it. So I kind of wanted to show those things and go just go make a better living, like go make a better life, like go see how far I could take it. You know, you reach for the stars, you aim on the moon, you land on the moon somewhere. So that's you know that's my mindset. How I was looking at it.
I love that. So like that, that already segues me in segue. That
Hmm.
segues me into this next point.
Hmm.
You feel like your purpose was basically showing the people in your community back home that they could do that too.
Right,
So
right.
is that why you started your organization? Because
Yep,
we got to
yep,
hear about the
yep.
organization.
Yeah. So Men to Be my organization. It's up and coming nonprofit pretty much where I mentor young men and just teach them basic things about life pretty much just you know man skills future careers just kind of developing that mindset in them teaching about hard work even things about like we even showed them how to tie ties change a tire anything like just teaching them anything that you could think of man wise you know that you would need to learn things that I feel like I didn't know you know or learn that I had to kind of find out growing up or late, you know. So that's what a mentor is for to teach you about things, you know, that you pretty much to save you time, save somebody else time for things that you to learn and you know from your mistakes. So pretty much, yeah, it was about just showing them and showing, you know, my family just doing something different, giving back. I wanted to, you know, just show everybody you could do it pretty much and just be, I guess, that person that go do it.
I love that. So y'all make sure y'all tune into his Instagram page. I'm sure he gonna
Definitely,
have a lot
definitely.
of events and stuff coming up with that.
Yes,
We
definitely.
love
Blown
to hear
away.
about it, by the way.
Thank you.
um, ooh. How hard was it for you to transition from being like a college athlete to being in the
Mhm.
real world? So obviously, like, ain't nobody calling your phone in the morning, like, hey, get up, we gotta go work out.
Right, right.
Are you staying in shape? How are you staying in shape? How are you optimizing your well being? Tell us about that.
So the transition is it's definitely a big one because you know you kind of spend your whole life playing in your sport or whatever it was you know that you was doing pretty much, and you go to go into the real world. You know you gotta handle business pretty much. Ain't nobody gonna wake you up to go to work. Nobody gonna do any of that. You gotta get up and do it for yourself. So it was definitely. Well, I'm not gonna say it was a big transition, but just you know, of course, paying bills and just that whole line. the whole adulthood thing. But yeah, I would say definitely the transition was smooth. And then as far as now, I'm still in the gym. I still work out with three, 4 times a week. I'm when I'm not traveling, back and forth. But I've been trying to stay consistent with it. And I do basketball for cardio as well. So, and I'm about to try to find me a little baseball team or a softball team to get on too. So definitely trying
So
to
you
stay active. And I do boxing too. I do a lot of little activities.
okay? Look, that boy got free time. That boy said I box, I do basketball. Okay, so you really be in the gym or you play around in that mug? You really in the
Oh
gym?
man. Okay, okay. Now I be in the lately I've been slacking a little bit because I've been hooping. I'm in this little basketball league, but yeah, I definitely been in the gym like consistently, like at least a couple times, at least a couple times a week for sure.
How important is it to you to like put your health on the forefront, especially as a black man? Let's talk about
Hmm.
it. Let's talk about
Yeah,
black men and
definitely,
their health.
definitely, definitely. You got to put your health on the forefront for sure, because like you got to take care of yourself. You only get one body, so you definitely got to take care of that. And we see a lot of things going on, in the community, just health wise, and you just got to take care of your heart and kind of things of that sort. Keep stress down, and try to express yourself. Everything, all those type of things.
Okay, because I
But yeah,
ain't even
definitely
30.
take care of yourself, mental health, all that. Definitely,
Everything. It all ties in together anyway. Your mental, your physical, and your spiritual are all connected. And
for
and
sure,
I'm
for
not
sure.
even 30 yet, and I be hearing creaks and cracks, which is why I be working out so much. Like I
Same,
would swear I'm
same.
training for the Olympics.
I'm
Like
telling you,
we
hey,
going.
don't be sore after them games. I'm telling you, don't be sore.
Unc is crazy. He a unc,
For
not
real.
me. I'm not an auntie.
Hey,
It's just him.
the kid called me. Oh, nah, it is what it is.
I don't know if I'm ready to embrace that title yet. Like, what do you mean, auntie? I am
It,
young.
it's definitely been something to get used to. I be popping back at them, but they
I'm gonna
got they
be
got a point.
okay. A denial is a river in Egypt that I live on because I'm not an auntie. I'm still young, so I don't care what anybody says to
You
me.
young,
In
yeah,
my
definitely,
mind, I'm still
definitely,
21.
for sure. I feel like it too. I definitely feel like it too.
Okay. Um, what area of your life do you feel like, you know what? I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say
Hmm.
that for later. There's something else
Okay,
I
okay,
want to know about.
okay.
Um, so you just moved.
Hmm.
Hopefully that ain't TMI. I don't need y'all in his business.
No, no, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I just relocated.
He pushing this thing back in his little Jeep. The screen went way over here.
Yeah, man, they playing with you.
Bruh.
Nah,
Okay.
he chilling though. He
Um,
chilling. He chilling.
all right, like we never left. Hold on.
Mic check. Mic check. We back.
Mic
We
check.
back.
Indeed.
We back.
Go to edit. What was I even about to ask?
Let's
Okay.
see. Let's see.
Okay. I'm gonna, of course, mix and match this, but I meant to ask you, how
Mhm.
have you seen your organization um, impact the community?
It's crazy. I actually have seen like some good impacts from it. Like I get a lot of just parents reach out to me like, hey, my son, he really have been locked in. Like I can see the differences and like they'll tell me like that kid, or just say different things that they've learned, from these events and workshops that we did. So I've definitely seen, it make a positive impact. Like we did toy drives on parents, just kind of raved about how how the kids really appreciated it and things of that sort. So yeah, it's definitely fulfilling.
Yeah, that's the whole goal, right? That's why you started it. You trying to
Definitely,
see
definitely.
in the community, especially being from Montgomery.
Right,
So,
right. The gump.
all right, what do you feel like made you stand out as a baseball player amongst others?
I would say what made me stand out was probably just it was just God gifted to be honest. Like and just hard work as well. But I would say just you said what made me stand out, like as far as on the field, like I just want
Yeah,
to make sure. Okay,
like
okay. So
you as a person and a player, what made you stand out?
I would say what made me stand out was probably my personality. Like I can get along with anybody. Like, and that's just kind of baseball, work, anywhere, like with the kids. Like so yeah, I definitely get along with anybody. Just positive. I'm always pushing, striving people to be their best, as I want somebody to do me. So yeah, I
Right.
would say those are kind of some of the things that I would say stood out about me.
Yeah. Okay. So, this podcast is called "I Might Get Canceled for a Reason."
Uh-oh.
One of the mottos that I live by now is "Stop playing it safe. You playing it too safe. Don't play it safe."
Let's
So,
do it.
I want to ask you,
Hmm.
what area of your life do you feel like you may have been
Hmm.
playing it too safe in?
Oh, okay. The area of my life, I feel like
Your
okay,
heart.
these
Your
hearts
heart.
again. And that's fine. That's a five little things going on. But I would say, okay, my bad. The hearts threw me off. Say it one more time, one
All
more
right.
time.
Okay. Well, you crack me up for real. Okay. What area of your life do you feel
Hmm.
like you might have been playing it too safe? You
Okay, too
playing
safe.
you were playing too safe, now you're not, or you were playing it too safe and you're ready to stop playing it too safe.
I would say just kind of getting into getting into the men to be honestly, because it took me a while to get into that. Like it was very because I was like, okay, I ain't really more so thinking about what people was gonna say, but it was more so like, do I really want to do this? Like, am I the person for this? Like, is it, what I'm saying? People gonna listen to me? Is people gonna take it serious? Like, are kids even gonna show up? Like, I'm like, if I'm putting my money into it, like, am I gonna be wasted? I don't want to say wasting my time. It's gonna be worth it regardless. Like, but I'm like, dang, is one kid gonna show up? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but pretty much it was nowhere near that. Like, it had good turnouts with everything. Like it turned out real good pretty much. But I definitely had a lot of I want to say negative thoughts, but just how that doubt kind of set in on you when you trying to take that step. And it was something I never did before either. Like I'd always, mentor people and stuff like unofficially, but not as far as like just kind of saying, okay, I'm gonna start a program. We're gonna be traveling across the country doing different things, different cities, and
Yeah.
have, touch all these different people and stuff. Like I was really, I guess, ready for that to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm still growing as a person and everything, but I try to offer my best to the kids and to the community. So
Okay.
I would say that
So in hindsight, are you glad you took that leap of faith?
I'm definitely glad I did because it was like like I said, you would never know if you don't try, pretty much. And I didn't know it was gonna get to this point, pretty much. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
been telling me to take it serious and stuff, and so I'm definitely to the point where I'm taking it serious now, and trying to take it just level, as high as I can go with, it, pretty much.
Trying to level up. And
Yeah.
it's only gonna go up from here. So
Hey, definitely. Hey, it's bigger than me though. It's bigger than me, so
it's
just
bigger
wanna
than all of us. Keep
make a bigger
doing
impact.
that you were assigned to do. Keep doing your mission. I'm gonna keep doing my mission. That's how this works.
That's it.
But
So,
all in all, I'm so
so
glad I was finally able to get you. I thought I was gonna have to hop in the car and come kidnap you,
we was
call
gonna
my
make it work.
and come get you because you be too busy. So I was gonna
Just
be in the
chill.
speed, okay? Because KB is hard to find, y'all. You got to put out a bad signal for him
Hey,
to find.
we were gonna make it happen now. I I, I
And we
couldn't
did.
I
Three
couldn't come
months
on.
later, we made it work, right?
3 months later, but better late than never. But
Better
yeah,
late than never.
but nah,
But
I
let
ain't
me.
off though.
But
Nah.
I am super, super proud of you. I'm excited that in your life, you taking it a step further and you doing
Thank,
big things.
thank,
A lot of people cannot say that, so I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. And maybe
thank
in
you.
like 5 years, when my podcast is bigger and your platform is bigger, we're gonna connect again. Okay?
For sure, for sure. Definitely. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Of
Hey, and
course.
proud of you too. You know what I'm saying, my dog. So yeah, I'm excited to see where the podcast gonna go. Keep going with it. I
Okay.
salute. So
Thank you.
thank you.
We
Thank
here.
you.